All right, so today we're diving into this book about getting rich.
Oh,
And I know what you're thinking, another one.
okay.
But this one's a little different. We're going to be looking at The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles.
Hmm. Intriguing.
Yeah, and get this, we're working from a Spanish audiobook, which is kind of cool.
Spanish audiobook. From when?
Oh, it's, like early 1900s.
Wow.
Yeah. Makes you wonder who was listening to this back then.
Right. And what they got out of it.
Totally. But before we get, too caught up in the history,
Right?
let's get into Waddle's ideas.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay, so first thing you got to know about this guy is he is not shy about wealth, right? He's like, wealth is a good thing, like essential for a good life.
Yeah.
And he's not talking just like, living it up. He really saw wealth as important for like personal growth and being able to contribute to the world.
I mean, that's an interesting perspective, especially for the early 1900s.
Right.
Like back then, it wasn't just about, accumulating riches, but maybe more about having the means to pursue your passions, make a difference.
Yeah, totally. It's like he's challenging this whole like starving artist idea, or that like
Yeah.
you can't be generous and be wealthy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't stop there.
Oh,
He takes it a step further and says there's a whole science to getting rich.
a science, huh? That's a bold claim.
Right.
So he's saying it's not about luck or talent.
Nope. He's like, there are laws to this, just like laws of physics, and that anyone can learn them.
So like a formula.
Kinda, yeah. I know. It sounds a little out there, right?
It does, a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what kind of examples does he use to back this up?
Well, he talks about how people from all walks of life become wealthy,
Right.
not just those who are like born into it or whatever. So there's got to be something else going on.
Okay, I see where he's coming from. So what's the secret sauce then? What's this science all about?
All right, so this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Wattles was big on the power of thought.
Okay. Like positive thinking.
Kind of, but it's more than that. He believed in this thing called thinking substance.
Thinking substance.
Yeah, it's like this invisible energy field that makes up everything. And our thoughts can actually like shape it.
Okay, now you're losing me a little. What is thinking substance exactly?
I know it sounds kind of ooh.
A little bit.
But think about it this way. Even science is starting to look at how we're all connected, right? Energy fields, maybe even a universal consciousness.
Okay, yeah.
So Wattles was onto something a century ago. He was basically saying our thoughts are like energy and they interact with this field.
So when he says thinking substance, he means...
He's saying we can influence the world around us with our minds, including attracting wealth.
Interesting. So like attracts like, in a way.
Exactly. Positive thoughts, positive outcomes. And gratitude plays a big role in this whole thing, too.
Gratitude. How so?
Wattles was all about cultivating gratitude, not just as a feeling, but as a force that connects us to abundance.
So more than just like writing in a gratitude journal every day.
Right. It's deeper than that. It's like,
Yeah.
imagine abundance is a radio station, and gratitude is how you tune in to the right frequency.
Okay, I like that.
Wattles believed that being grateful puts you in sync with the creative power of the universe, making you a magnet for all the good stuff.
Including wealth.
Exactly. Okay, so I kind of see how this gratitude thing ties in,
Yeah.
but I'm also thinking like, I got to actually do something, right? It can't just be about like feeling grateful and waiting for money to fall from the sky.
That's a great point. And no, Wattles wasn't saying that at all. He was actually a big believer in action.
Okay, so it's about like aligning your actions with your thoughts, or...
Exactly. He called it acting in a certain way, basically. When you combine that grateful mindset with deliberate action, that's when the magic happens.
Okay, I like that. So what does acting in a certain way even mean? Like, did he give specific steps?
He did, yeah. One of the big things he talked about was the importance of increase.
Increase?
Yeah, like in every interaction, you should aim to leave things better than you found them.
Oh, interesting. So it's about creating a win-win, basically.
Yes. It's about constantly looking for ways to add value to the world through your work, your relationships, even just daily interactions.
Okay, so how does that actually work in real life, though?
Well, Wattles was all about going the extra mile. Always improving your skills, your knowledge, approaching every task with excellence.
So like becoming known for your reliability, your work ethic, stuff like that.
Yes. It's like in today's world, building your personal brand around value and integrity.
Right, so people see you as someone who gets things done and done well.
Exactly. That's how you attract opportunity, because people can see your commitment. Wattles also emphasized treating everyone with respect, with integrity, no matter what.
Yeah, like Your wealth isn't just about money.
Exactly.
It's also about how you treat people, building those genuine connections.
Absolutely. True success is about more than just what you have. It's the legacy you build.
It's funny, it's making me think about all these modern companies that are all about social impact and collaboration.
Right.
Like, Wattles was ahead of his time, seeing that win-win as not just good karma, but good business.
Totally. It's amazing how relevant his ideas still are.
It's like he tapped into something fundamental about human nature, about abundance, that goes beyond any specific time period.
Absolutely. It's not about tricking the universe to get rich. It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of abundance through
Mm.
gratitude, generosity, and action.
It's really kind of amazing how these like simple ideas can be so, I don't know, powerful when you actually think about them.
Yeah.
It's like Waddles is giving us a whole new way to look at like life itself, you know?
It's true. He really is.
But gotta be honest, not every single thing is gonna click with everyone, right? Like
Right.
this whole thoughts become things thing. I can see how some people might be a little skeptical,
For sure.
especially in today's world where it feels like so much is out of your control.
Yeah, you don't want to fall into that trap of like, if something bad happens, it's your fault for not thinking positively enough.
Exactly. Like, oh, I'm broke because my thoughts are messed up. That's not helpful.
Right. It's not about self-blame. Life's
Yeah,
complicated.
totally.
But it is about focusing on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your attitude. That's what Waddles is getting at, I think.
So it's more about like creating the right conditions for good things to happen rather than some kind of magic spell. Okay, that makes more sense. But are there any other, I don't know, downsides to his philosophy we should watch out for?
Well, it's important to remember, Waddles wasn't about getting rich quick, you know?
Right.
It's not about chasing money as the end goal. It's about living a certain way, and abundance kind of naturally flows from that.
So it's more about like the journey, not just the destination.
Yeah, exactly. Waddles talks about listening to your intuition, finding your own unique path, what brings you joy, you know?
Yeah, totally. Not just following some rigid set of rules.
Right. It's about using these principles as a framework to design a life that feels authentic to you, that makes you come alive.
This has been so interesting. Waddles was really onto something.
Oh, sure.
So if you had to pick just one thing from this book for our listeners to try out this week, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one. You know, I think I'd go with that idea of increase we were talking about before,
Oh, interesting. Why that one?
because it's about changing your whole perspective. You know, instead of scarcity and competition, it's about abundance and collaboration.
Like seeing how you can add value to every situation.
Exactly. At work, in your relationships, wherever.
Instead of always trying to get something, it's about what you can give.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you become this force for good, for positive change. And who knows? Maybe some wealth and prosperity come along with it.
Love it. Well, there you have it, folks. That's our deep dive into the science of getting rich. Remember, true wealth isn't just about the money. It's about living a life of purpose, meaning, and abundance in all areas. Until next time.